Let's do it. Booyah! What up, you guys? Welcome back to another one of these videos. My name is Lauri Koskinen, and today we're going to talk about Juggling Project 2012 videos. Okay, so quick background. Back in 2011, my daughter was born, and I wasn't training that much after that, okay? But I wanted to go at least once a week to training, okay? To the training hall, at least once a week. Sometimes I only get to go once a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but I wanted to go at least once a week. So I bought myself also a video camera, 2011 Christmas. So it's like a Christmas present for myself. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go at least once a week and film a video. Like, you can find all these videos on YouTube. I posted them there 2012. And the goal was to make one video every week for the whole year. I got to like 36 videos in total for the year. And the reason why the reason why I wanted to make this video is I was looking at those old videos and they're so inspiring. There's so much in those videos. I think it's freaking cool. So I wanted to share with you because not that many people have seen them. They're very old videos, but they're so packed with such cool things. Okay, so I wanted to share with you what are those videos and what's inside them. Okay, so I'm gonna go through them, and if you find something that, hey, that is an interesting one, I put all the names, you can read them. I cannot put all the links because there's so many videos. There's not enough space to put all the links, but I put all the names here in the video and also down below, so you can check them out. One thing that what I mentioned before we go in, so how I made these videos. So first I had a topic, I had it in my head, or I thought it on the way to the training hall, or I went to the training hall and once I got there, I started to take my juggling things and I'm like, all right, what I'm gonna shoot today, what I'm gonna film today. And I did all of these within 2 hours, like meaning like every video that I filmed, I had 2 hours time. I go in the training hall, I think what I'm gonna do, I film everything, and then I leave. And all of this was in 2 hours. So I didn't film like weeks and weeks. I only filmed one time that 2 hours every video. So it got pretty interesting. So let me share you all of the videos that are here. Let's start with number 1, breaking it down. Now this was the first video. This was more like, I want to see what this video camera can do. And for me, back in the days, it was like so cool video because it's the first one. But it's breaking it down. So it's breakdowns with rings. And yeah, it's just breakdowns and pull downs. But mostly just different breakdowns. Like the 6-ring breakdown routine that I do now, even today, it's from this video. I came up with it for this video. Okay, so that is, if you want to see some ring stuff, that's the video. Number 2, warming up. This was my warm-up 5-club multiplex routine that I actually still do. Now it's a little bit different. I do it a little bit more difficult. And at the end here I do some singles and triples. Nowadays I stand on one leg. I just do 5-club cascade. But I do these multiplexes also. So it's pretty cool to see how it was back in 2012. Now to the number 3, introducing my balls. So this is a ball juggling video, and it's a lot of this putting a ball balance to the head. And these were also the newer balls that I got. These are like 8 centimeters, like 80 millimeters, like these Russian style balls that are like half filled with sand. Turku balls, we call them. And it had this coating on top. So yeah, if you like ball juggling, that's a ball juggling video. And again, all of the tricks that I did was in the moment, like, what can I do? Getting down with 4 clubs. This was, I want to film 4-club video. I've been practicing some 4-club stuff. Let me go into the training hall and see what I can do with 4 clubs. So yeah, these were some of the tricks that I did with 4 clubs back in the days that I was training at the time. Number 5, rings with balance. Yeah, the name says it all. I have a balancing stick and I juggle rings. I was like, can I do more than just the basic thing here? And I've been practicing a little bit like the shoulder balance and some other stuff. I was like, let's try. And all those when I'm sitting on a chair and holding a balance, that was the first time of me trying them. Just the ideas that came to my head. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now this video, this is interesting. Look what I found. This is stick juggling, staff juggling, all right? Back in 2012, there were few people who trained these in Finland. I didn't. I looked at them and was like, dude, that looks so easy. It looks so easy. I can do that without training. So I went to the shop, I bought myself some sticks, I made these staffs, and I trained, I think it was like 3 times, and then I made the video. So I was like, when you have those long, like those staffs, if you just use them like juggling clubs, like long juggling clubs, you can do a lot cool stuff. And I thought about it and was like, yeah, probably I could do all those tricks that the guys were training with 3 staffs, and I did, and much more. So this is the video that I did after 3 practice days. I've had these sticks about a week when I filmed this video, and I filmed it all within 2 hours. And funny thing, I still remember this, I was sick when I did this video. I had a fever, like super high fever, but it was like, I still need to go and make a video. So this is what I came up with. So some of the tricks here I've tried before and I filmed them, and there were some, this spinning stuff with 2 sticks, staff sticks, whatever, that I haven't done before. So that was pretty cool. All right. Number 7, 5 clubs, no 360s. So this was back then, WJF, like the sport juggling, and 360s was the name of the game. I thought like, I bet there's so much 5 club stuff that I can do without 360s, because everybody was like, can you do 360 under it? Can you transition with 360? Like, let's see what else I can do without 360s. So that's how this video came up. So just 5 club tricks without 360s. All right, number 8. Hey Jay, watch this. So this was sort of like a video for Jay Gilligan that we talked about this balancing the Portuguese pole, where you had the stick, balance the ball there, and then juggle rings. I did that with 5, and we talked about it with him. And then I was like, I started practicing 6, and I tried 7 as well. And I was like, hey, let me try this on video. And I got them on a video, and I posted it to YouTube, and I was like, hey Jay, what's this? So this is meant for, the J is Jay Gilligan. Okay, number 9, femma bollar. So it's 5 balls. And it's just 5 ball tricks. And again, this was completely random, I think. I went to the training hall, like, all right, 5 ball tricks. And then I just did 5 ball tricks that came to my mind at the moment. Number 10, sponsored clubs. So I got these 3 clubs from cirkuscirkus.com, and it's a circus shop here in Finland that sells like juggling equipment and stuff like that, and it's still there. So if you're from Finland and you want to buy some juggling stuff and circus stuff, cirkuscirkus.com, it's still there. So go buy. So yeah, I got the clubs from there, these 3 pink clubs, and let's film a video. So I took all of the classical 3 club juggling that I was doing already with 3 clubs. So there's nothing new. It was like, all right, let me just think everything I can remember that I've done lately with 3 clubs. So there's a lot of 3 club stuff in there. So if you're into 3 clubs, check that out. It's super inspiring. Look what I found too. This was, I remember this. I had nothing. I went to the training hall and I had nothing. And then I saw these hoops, and they were so bad for juggling, like really, really, really bad. They're heavy, they're flexible, flimsy, and heavy. So we use this in the circus school. We use this when you're jumping on a trampoline. So you use sort of like use it as a jumping rope, but on a trampoline, this hula hoop. These were good for that. You jump and then you throw it up. And if you land on top of it, it doesn't hurt so much because it's a little bit soft. But for juggling, they were terrible. But anyways, that's how this video came up. So I just took like, what can I do with these, to juggle these? And after this, I got inspired to do more hoop juggling, and I made myself better hoops. But it's not on this video. All right. Number 12, rings with pirouettes. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I use big rings, those 40 centimeter Mr. Babbage rings. I was at the training hall and the rings felt good that day. I was like, all right, let's do a lot of pirouettes, because pirouettes felt good, the rings felt good, my hands felt good. I was like, let's see what I can do. And there's few tricks here that I got for the first time, like the 5 up 720, the double pirouette with 5 rings, big rings. That was the first time I did it on this video. It's just like, all right, I feel so good, let's try it. And I did it. So if you want to see some pirouettes with big rings, check that out. Clubs and balls combo. This was I played with this a little bit, and like a couple of tricks. I had 2 clubs and 3 balls, and I was like, what else can I do? So I went to the training hall and I started to see what else I can do. And every time when I found a new trick, I filmed it. So yeah, this is if you want to see a combination of 2 clubs and 3 balls, that's it. Lovely 16. This is a 6 ball stuff. And it's about this placing a ball on your forehead and switching the ball on the forehead with 6 balls. And there's some like transitions from 5, 1 ball in the head, back to 6 and back down and all this kind of stuff. So if you want to see ball juggling like that, that's the video. Pulling down. This is, oh, and there's my daughter as well. You can see that she's like 6 months old or something. Super adorable. Yeah, this is the pulling down video. So there's pull downs with rings. So I have 5 big rings, and I sort of like how many ways I can think to do a pull down. And this is the answer. So I went to the training hall and I started to think on the go different ways that I could do a pull down. And I started to film them. Oh, let's do this. And I filmed it and I tried different ones. Oh, this is a good one. Let's do this. So yeah, this was like all done in the moment. So it's like 20 or something different ways to do pull downs with rings. So if you want to learn pull down with rings, check that out. Number 16, practicing my act. This is a funny thing in a way. I made this act here. I was like, all right, this could be a good act. And I filmed it. I went to there one night. We filmed it with my friend. And we filmed it once. And then I sent it everywhere. Like all the circuses in Europe. I sent email with the link to the video. And I also burned a DVD. And I sent mail, like in a letter, this DVD to all circuses, like 50 different circuses around Europe. And I got 0 replies. Like none. Nobody was interested about it. Like if you see the video, the act is, I think it was pretty decent for 2012, but I did drop there a couple of times. So in a retrospect, I should have filmed it probably again. But after I got no replies, I was like, F this, and just, yeah, I was done with the act. So that was the last time I did this act. I was like, all right, I need to change something. Nobody was interested. I need to change it. So yeah, let me know. Check the act and see how do you feel about it. All right, number 17, balls of glory. These were just, just ball juggling. These kick-ups. And this is not a long video if I remember correctly. There were some kick-ups with balls, like have the balls in a row like that, and then just do kick-ups. And couple of tricks, just some ball tricks that I was practicing back then. Number 18, again with the 4 clubs. So this is again 4 club video, but new tricks. So like more of a balancing tricks that I did back then. And some of the tricks were done before and some just came up for the video. Kicking up rings. This is actually a pretty funny video. I remember this. I went to the training hall and it was full. There were no place for me to train, for me to make this video. So I thought, all right, I need to go downstairs to this sort of like a basement. There's the locker rooms were there. So there's the locker rooms and everything. This is like a lobby of the locker rooms. And like, what can I do here? I wanted to film a ring video. Let's do 3 ring video. And I started doing these kicking things and some Lego patterns. And all right, let's do this. And then I started to create these tricks. And this is the video that I came up with. And I think it's super funny. But there's some good ideas here, especially just the kicking of those rings. Quite fun. Kickstart, but oh, by the way, if you do kick rings, especially big rings, get shoes. kick starts and some. So this is 5 clap starts. Some of the starts are just, I kick the clap in the air and I start the 5 claps. So that's why it was called kick starts, because I kick the clap in the air and start 5 clap juggling. And then there is some back crosses and something like this. But it was mostly like shooting 1 clap somehow in the air and started juggling. Flashing 9 big rings, number 21. This was the time that I got my holsters. Okay, I don't use them anymore because they're very, very bad, these holsters. I would like to get very good ones. My friend actually made now very, very, very good ones. And I think I'm going to copy his thing. But yeah, so I got these holsters, these big ass holsters for my big rings. And I went to try them for the first time. And I did the 9 ring flash for a couple of times and I made a video about that. So that was the reason for this video. Number 22, beat juggling. So back in 2009, I was in Sweden in the circus school there. And we did this juggling and music course for half a year with Jay Gilligan and Luke Wilson. And in that time, we once studied the beats that juggling make. And I made these different patterns back then that got like little, this is rhythm. So I wanted to share them because I thought they were cool. And yeah, these were the ones that I remembered what we did back then, what I did back then. But yeah, so these are just 3 ball things that makes a rhythm when you catch the balls. Dun, 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 different patterns that makes a rhythm. So if you want to do something like that, check that out. Number 23, ring multiplexes. The name says it all. Multiplexes with big rings. There's some 5 ring multiplexes, 6 ring multiplexes. I think I don't remember if there's 7 ring multiplexes. But yeah, multiplexes with big rings. Different kinds and all kinds of multiplexes with big rings. Under a leg. So this was again one of those things. I needed the theme. I went to the training hall and all right, 3 claps under the leg. I tried a couple of things and was like, oh, I can do a lot of stuff with this under the leg theme. Let's do this. So I just started to create under the leg patterns with 3 claps, and this is the result. Number 25, random tricks, and this is actually 27 random tricks. And I filmed this on my birthday. So back then, when I filmed this video, that time it was my 27th birthday. So that's why I made 27 random tricks. So I wanted to do this, make 27 random tricks. I went to the training hall and I filmed 27 random tricks. I just filmed one. I was like, okay, let's do the next one. I made that, let's do the next one. I made that, let's do the next one, let's do the next one. Until I had 27. So I was just keeping track. And if you see this video, if you watch it, you noticed, all right, they're pretty random. So I just came up with random tricks. And I spent there like 1.5, 2 hours and I filmed them all, and that was pretty cool. Number 26, 3 clap starts. So like the name says it all, starting with 3 claps. So multiplex starts with 3 claps. Again, I had this idea, let's go and try it. And I just filmed everything that I came up with. First I did everything that I've done before, and then I just started create, and this is what I got. So I just filmed, turned the camera on and started doing things and just create. So yeah, if you want to learn 3 claps, no, not learn. If you want to see a lot of different 3 clap starts and get inspired with that, that's the video. Balls overhead. Okay, so this is over the head, elbows out technique. A lot of different tricks with elbows out, throwing these balls. And the balls that I'm using here are quite big. Again, they're the same 80 millimeter ones, these Russian style balls, Turku balls. So yeah, a lot of 5 ball, 6 ball, 7 ball stuff there, with over the head stuff. So that's pretty cool actually, I like that. And also I like the song as well. Okay, then number 28 is not there anymore. Okay, and the number 28 was, I couldn't go that week to the training hall, so it was actually my 3 clap act from an old show that I did 2010, Skyf Art. It was like half an hour show, and it was done to Tom Waits music. There is a video, my 3 clap juggling act, that I filmed later, and I put some random, what do you call it, copyright-free dance music, disco music to it. But it's originally done with Tom Waits music. I put the music here. I find it and I put it here. I think it was like Red Shoes or something like that. So if you want to know what the vibe was originally for this act, that was the original song. So if you want to see it like that, turn on the song, turn on the video, and get the vibes. But yeah, so 28 was, but I had to delete it from there because of copyright laws. 29, more tree clubs. So this is just more tree club stuff. I felt very silly, and I went to do there, and I did some random tree club stuff. And as you can see, the one that I put on the head balance, and I throw another club there, and I give it a head bounce with the balance. That's a very, very funny looking trick, but it's stupid as hell. But yeah, so I felt very silly, and that's what I did. Number 30, 5 club 744 combos. So this was 744, felt very good that day with 5 clubs. I was like, what I can do with that? So I was like, tricks that I can do to go in to 744 and from 744, so I go out from 744. So this is all the variation that I could think of and I could do on a video. So check that out if you want to learn. If you want to see 744 combos. 4 ring things. So this is again the same thing, same basement as I did the 3 ring kicking things. The same place. There were no space upstairs in the training hall. So I went there and I was like, last time I did 3 rings, let's do 4 rings. And this is what I came up with, 4 rings in a low space. A little bit similar ideas. 32. Now, this is again, I had nothing, like no idea. So I was like, let me just film my ring practice. Back then, I didn't train anything new with rings. So I just did this routine through. And some of the times I usually did more than once. So I did like a couple of tries of all of them, like a couple of runs of all of them. But yeah, this was my ring practice back then. So I just filmed that ring practice where I do everything once. And that's it. So if you want to see how it was back then, check it out. Number 33, and this was the last one that was like proper of these videos. Club swinging. So swinging and spinning of clubs with 3 clubs. Different spinning tricks that I came up with, and most of them are old classical tricks that I've just seen other people do and I've learned them. But there's some cool stuff in there. If you want like 3 club stuffing, 3 club spinning, swinging, these kind of things, check it out. It's not this modern day flow stuff, it's more like these fast spinning things, and some of them are very, very ridiculous, but maybe there's some ideas for you. It was at this point that I had like the reason why I couldn't make it to the 52 videos this year. I had some major things happen to me in my life, so I didn't really go to training anymore for a while, and I didn't have energy for this. But this is the next one, 32, is a teaser, and it was actually some TV, I think it was like a talent show or something, that I just filmed the tricks that I'm gonna do there in some TV show, and I just posted there as a teaser. So it was for that. It was just I had like a 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, something like this for TV show, and these were the tricks that I was planning to do. And number 35, is this cool? So I was just one night, I was like, all right, let me just go quickly to the training hall, and every space was full. So I just went to the hallway in the stairs, and I wanted to see if this trick is possible. 5-ball bounce on a roller bowler, and that roller bowler had no effect, so you could just do it. And I'm not doing it on the roller bowler, I'm doing it on the floor. But yeah, it was a really cool trick. And there was also breaks longer. It was not every week after the 33. And this was posted like in the last week of Christmas. I made these hoops, and I went to take them to the training hall, and I was like, I wonder if I can do 5-up 360s with these. And I tried. I tried if I could see if I could do 5 at 360s, and I did 2 in a row, and the third one I failed. So yeah, that's the story of this. I just went there, I was like, let's film it. And that was like, I posted it at the end of December. I was like, that is it. That will be the end of the project 2012. Yeah, that's it. It was a long video. I hope you check out those videos. You don't have to watch them all, but if there is something that you think might be inspiring, take a look. I think it was super cool to make this project sort of like force myself to create more than just one trick. So I forced myself to create one juggling video every week. So that was pretty dope. And I had to film it all in one like training, and 2 hours was the most that I spent at the training hall of all of these. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the videos. If you have any questions about any of them, or you think you saw something cool and you want to share your thoughts, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.